Harding. Welcome to my blog.stampwithelaine.com and welcome to week 11 of my Christmas Countdown 2016 series. Today I have a votive made from the Detailed Santa Thinlits. I'm not sure if you can see the slight glow inside. I've got an LED light that's been switched on. That's it off and that's it on. For the cherry cobbler one, I also used this die to give this effect. I've amended the design with the real red cardstock. So here are the supplies you need. 2 sheets of 12 by 12 real red cardstock. Unfortunately I can't zoom out anymore, so you can't actually see the whole 12 by 12 sheet. But basically I put it on my trimmer and I cut a tad under 3 inches off. Then I rotated the cardstock a quarter turn, and then I measured 5 7/8 inches and another 5 7/8 inches, and I was left with this piece. Then I scored it at 4 3/8 inches and at 8 3/4 inches on both pieces. And this is what you're going to cut your Santa out of. In order to give your votive a nice clean finish on the inside, you need 4 panels the same size or just a tad smaller than the width of these 4 panels. So in order to cut that out of a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, here's what you need to do. Bring your trimmer in, and the 2 panel widths added together is 8 3/4 inches. So align your the left edge of your cardstock at 8 3/4 inches and cut this piece off. Rotate your cardstock a quarter turn and cut off 2 5 7/8 inch pieces. And then with the long side at the top, score at 4 3/8 inches. And then where the score line is, you just want to cut it a tad smaller. So it's not a precise measurement. Well, if you do want to be precise, then you're going to have to go to the 16th or the 32nd of an inch. So it's just easier just to score the line and just shift your cardstock to the right and cut to the left of that score line. Rotate the cardstock and see where the score line is, and you just want to cut again. So literally you're just cutting the bit where the score line is off, and then repeat for the other sheet. There are your 4 panels for the inserts of your votive. You will need 4 pieces of vellum cardstock, all cut at 4 by 4 inches. That's 10.2 by 10.2 centimeters. To decorate the panels, you need 4 pieces of crumb cake cardstock, cut at 1 3/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. That's 4.4 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters. Then you'll need some candy cane lane DSP, and this has been cut at 1 1/4 by 3 1/2 inches. So that's 3.2 by 8.9 centimeters. Real red 3/8 inch wide stitched edge ribbon, a Big Shot die cutting machine, magnetic platform and cutting plates. Bring in the magnetic platform, your bottom cutting plate, place your cardstock on top. With the smallest score line on the right, place your die centrally on that panel, top cutting plate, and run it through the Big Shot. You cut that once and then place your die on the second panel and cut it again, and repeat for the other sheet. so I'll do that off camera. A word of caution, double check before you cut it, otherwise you'll do what I've done. Santa's pointing this way and Santa's pointing that way. That's not what you want to do. It's not wasted. I guess I can cut it up and then mount it on a card. So I'll set that aside for another day. Now we need to mark the cards to make it easier to cut. I'm not going by measurements. As that's cut more or less the same size as the panels, just going to place it underneath, and then in the four corners I'm going to use a pokey tool, piercing tool, and just mark the four corners, and do the same for this. Now I'll mark this 1 and I'll mark that 2. The reason for doing that is that no matter how hard you try to get things in line and straight, they might vary a little from panel to panel. So if I mark that 1, 1, this is going to be cut away anyway, so it won't matter. And then this one, I'll mark 1, 2. Then do the same for this panel. Then get the trimmer out, and you'll need to cut between those two lines. And you will feel the groove of the cutting blade just drop into the hole that you've made. And I want to be a little bit more generous, so I'm just going to cut it tad to the left, or to the right I mean, and just extend it a little bit beyond that mark, and then cut between those two lines. Okay, so they're not cut right through so that it will leave your reference number up there. I've cut those, I'll set those aside. Now it's time to bring our silicone mat in and the vellum cardstock. You want to flip, this is the front of your box, so you want to flip that over so then your smaller score line is on the left, and just use a fine tip glue pen. I'm using a two-way glue pen. This is currently not a stock item in the Stampin' Up catalogue. They've retired it. Basically you just want to apply glue to all the pointy bits that might sort of catch on the cardstock. Then run the glue on the corners, not on the corners, on the edges. And attach your vellum cardstock. Use a bone folder to help you. Cut the rest. Make sure that none of the edges are showing. I've just checked, still need to trim off a tiny bit off the edge here to make it easier to fold. Reinforce my score lines. And this was the 2.1, and I just want to check this is still free to close properly. So I'm just checking that this fits properly and none of the cardstock is showing from behind. I've already put tear and tape on, so we'll just remove the backing strips. And then just trim off the top. So that's one side done, and I'll just repeat it for the other three sides. I've joined these two panels together, and I'm going to use Tombow glue for this. I've done 3 card inserts, but leaving the last one till last, and you'll understand why in a minute. So join that together. I'm using Tombow to join the panels together because it allows me a bit of wiggle room. Okay, now this one is yet to be done. So for the last one, I'll just use Tombow glue because it allows me a bit of wiggle room. So last thing to do is to put the decorative pieces on. So I've cut 4 5.5-inch strips of the stitched edge ribbon. That's roughly 14 centimeters. And this time I'm using fast fuse. So a bit of fast fuse on the back. I have a love-hate relationship with this fast fuse. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just wrap it round the cardstock in the middle. And do the same for the other 3 pieces. I've put all the ribbon bits and dimensionals on the back. I've attached 2 of them. Then you just rotate it to make sure that it's all in line. And move the last one round. There you have it. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe or share on Facebook, and my grateful thanks if you do. If you're watching from YouTube, you'll find the list of supplies I used below this video in the Show More section with direct links to my online store. They will also be listed on my blog.stampwithelaine.com. You can find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye!